My life be like.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. And if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be filming turning my sister into me. Leave comments down below if you think we look alike. So let's go. Introduce yourself. So obviously you are my sister, everyone knows that by now. What do you do? How old are you? Tell us one fun fact about yourself.
I'm one of Mumbi's sisters, Tamara. I am almost 30. I know, big numbers.
That's well said.
Well, basically I'm 27, so I don't think there's any need for me to hide my age. Still looking like a sweet 16. What else did you ask me?
One fun fact about yourself.
One fun fact about myself. I don't know. There's just so many fun things about me. I don't know. The one I always use whenever I have any of these group sessions or tell us one interesting thing about yourself. I've kissed a dolphin. I think when I was like 10.
Where was that?
In
South Africa.
Durban, South Africa, 2002. Back in the day.
Yeah. You get questions and assumptions that we are twins
all the time.
Like, are you guys twins? Are you this? Are you that? Like, I don't really understand why, because I actually don't really see the resemblance like that.
Neither do I.
So this is kind of like to put it to the test to see how much we actually look alike. As you can see, we're wearing the same tops. We got the same hair and we're gonna do the same makeup, and then we'll take some pics and you guys can decide in the comments if you think we actually really look alike. So let's begin. I guess I'll just ask you some questions. So if you guys, well, some of you might know, but majority of you guys wouldn't because you don't know her. But my sister is engaged and she has been with her partner for about 9 years?
Yeah, it's gonna be 9 years this May since we first started going
9. Like, I couldn't think about being with someone that long. I think I would literally die. So tell us, what is one piece of key advice you would give to people when it comes to like sustaining a long-lasting, healthy relationship? Because you guys are engaged, meaning you are happy with each other, you're happy with the journey you've been on, and now you want to be together forever.
Yeah, so I guess it goes back to the foundation of it, like how it all started, because we were friends for a good 2 years before we actually started going out. And I think having that time to build a friendship where there was no pressure to be like, okay, you two have to go out or this has to happen in this time frame. It was all just organic and just becoming comfortable. So I think a lot of people jump into, or you have to, you only talk to someone with the end goal of going out with them, but not actually getting to know them. So I think that's where things went right for us, and that we didn't put any pressure on ourselves. We were literally just friends. Okay. Just friends in sixth form, trying to pass our exams. We were friends, we used to sit together in some of our revision classes towards the end.
You hear that?
That's where we bonded.
Go to the library, that's where you'll meet Bae.
Not me though.
But that doesn't mean you should distract people in their study.
That was what I did. That was literally my life.
And pray about it. Seek the counsel of God.
It's true. So what's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self, like with the knowledge that you have now?
I would say I'd probably tell myself to keep going, that it'll be worth it. Because if I was to go back, I don't think I would do anything differently, because I think I was quite dedicated. I didn't want to be a doctor until I was 16.
So what did you
I
want to be
remember
before? Pass your lips? No, like that. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's the opposite of pursing my lips.
Oh.
I think before I was undecided, but I was leaning more towards like psychologist, because I liked that sort of thing. Even now, I feel like people like to tell me their problems. And I find it interesting, especially like older people tell me their problems, and I don't feel
because you like gossip. That's
but
what you live for.
I feel like I'm a good listener, and I don't panic or overly react to information that people tell me. So maybe that's why. But I'm not aiming to be a psychiatrist because that's a lot and it's not really for me. So I'm trying to get into public health, and that's what I've been sort of shaping my career towards since I was in medical school. And yeah, going back to what I tell my younger self, just keep going, because to be honest guys, I'm actually tired right now, so sometimes I can't be bothered and I just watch Netflix. But luckily, because I did loads when I was younger, I don't have that pressure to like have to do 1,000,001 things to prove that I've been dedicated to the path I want to pursue.
You recently got the vaccine. Let's talk about it. The big C. Did you turn into a frog? Did you lose a limb? What's the situation?
So yeah, and this is really interesting for me because professionally I'm interested in behavior change, you know, what influences people's behavior, what makes them make certain decisions, especially health-wise. So I've been following this quite closely, reading loads of books and studying about it. And so I got the Pfizer vaccine on the 2nd of January. To me, it reacted in the same way as when I had a flu vaccine. Anyone who's had the flu vaccine knows you get it, your arm feels a bit sore, you might feel a bit tired, muscles aching a bit, maybe slightly feverish for like a couple of hours in the evening after you get it, and it only really lasts less than a full night time, and then you're back to normal. And so yeah, that was the effect that it had on me. I would say that I did it because of all the people that I knew that I would be protecting, because with vaccines, even if you're young and it doesn't have an effect on you, the whole point of vaccines is that it helps to create community immunity. So then it's like everyone's linked together by a chain, and if you're the unvaccinated person in a chain, you're that link that's missing. And so when the chain's broken,
what do they call it? You're like the bad sheep.
Not the bad sheep. Like, I wouldn't want to vilify people like that.
No, but I mean, like, obviously, if they haven't got the vaccine, then they are the ones more susceptible to it, so they are the bad sheep.
Not a bad sheep, because I feel like that
you
has
are the bad
negative
sheep
connotations. But it's just that you provide that open link, or that open space that the virus can use to then attack. Because I always think of it like people who are vulnerable, can't get the vaccine, are in the center. Yeah, so then you provide that like open gap in which the vaccine can then the virus can then access people who are vulnerable, who have not been protected by this link that we formed by all of us who have been vaccinated. And so I thought a lot about because I worked on a COVID ward during the first wave, and just seeing, because I worked in the part where people were very old and had multiple conditions, and therefore being in IT would have just killed them. And so we managed them on the ward. And I still remember, you know, the faces of the people who had passed away, and because lots of them had to pass away alone, and we were the ones who had to call their families. And, you know, just passing on really private messages. Like, I remember a husband and wife, and the husband was the one who was dying on the ward, and he had then told me to tell his wife that he loves her. Then I had to then pass on the message, and, you know, just that very intimate last message that two partners would pass to each other, which you would have never imagined. I'm sure they would have never imagined that they'd have to use an intermediary who didn't know either of them, and obviously wouldn't be able to convey that like feeling for each other because they were in their 70s. And I would imagine if that was me and my fiance, and we're in our 70s and we can't actually see each other for the last time. I know, like, when I got the vaccine, I just thought about people like them and the fact they would be protecting those sort of people to not have that end to life.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. So, guys, I obviously do what you think is best for yourself, but like, think about others, think about your loved ones, those around you, and don't be selfish in your decisions.
And also remember that these conspiracy theories have been there for every single vaccine. Our dad was telling us that when he was younger and polio vaccine was introduced, they used to tell them that if you get the polio vaccine, you'll be infertile and you have all sorts of things going wrong with you. But look at him now, and obviously none of that was true because we're here and we're alive and intact.
So you are natural and I'm relaxed. How can you convince me in a minute why I should be natural? Because I really am a strong believer in relaxed hair, and I just could never see myself being natural.
I'd say
convince me in a minute.
It's easy, it's healthy. And I say it's easy because once you understand your hair, like literally I wash my hair, I don't have to worry about blow drying it. because it's conditioned.
It's expensive. It's time consuming.
It's not expensive because I only buy one conditioner, one shampoo, and I use shea butter now because it's winter, but before then I hadn't really been using shea butter, but I also use that same shea butter for my body, so that's economical because I literally just buy a shampoo, a deep conditioner, and a leave-in conditioner, and I made an oil batch which has lasted me since like July. And so yeah, once you just get your staples there, that's it.
Okay. Do you and Ollie have any plans of relocating in the future? Do you think you'll stay in the UK for the rest of your lives? What are your thoughts on leaving?
We're not tethered to the UK. We are open to moving elsewhere as long as that other place is safe for both of us and we feel like we're going to have a good quality of life. Like we wouldn't move somewhere we would have the worst quality of life than here. Like we could take a lower salary if the salary goes a lot further in the place that we move to.
How many kids do you want? What do you guys want?
We haven't decided on a number. Like for a long time we actually said we didn't want any, and like, even if we did have any we were going to adopt, but now I think we've become a bit more open to having our own, but I still feel quite strongly about wanting to adopt because there are loads of children, especially in the UK, loads of black and mixed race children who are in the system, who are not adopted, who grow up without having any parental figures, and I think it just really makes a difference in your life having that family security. And so I would like for us to provide that for a child.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I think because adopting often seems scary, but one of my friends in Zambia recently adopted a little girl and she seems really happy and they're having a really good time, and my godmother's recently adopted a little girl as well, and the two of us sponsor 3 little girls. Like Ollie sponsors a little girl in Bolivia and a little girl in Rwanda who he met in 2019 for the first time, the one in Rwanda, and it was a really, really lovely experience. And just being able to, she's not an orphan, she's got parents, and he just helps support her parents to keep her healthy and happy and in school. And I sponsored a little girl in Kenya, in Kilifi, that I hope to meet once this pandemic stuff is over. But again, all our children have parents, they're not orphans, and we sponsor them via Compassion UK to just help provide them with stability, and also they get extra teaching about their value, about how God loves them, and about how to look after themselves.
What are your thoughts on my love life, my decisions, the boys I've been with, the relationships I've been in? Because you never really say much, you just silently, she's like the silent judger. She just watches and then she's just like, So now's the time to spill. Why smiling like that?
I don't know how much I can say.
Obviously don't drop names.
Yeah, like, I'll just say Mumbi's really had a journey, if we can call it that, with her relationships. And I think because you're younger than me and then sometimes you don't seem serious. Like in my mind, when you first tell me about it, I'm not really sure if it's an actual relationship or whether it's just a situationship or whatever's going on.
It's always it's always serious. I'm not pranking.
Yeah, I'd say like you've gone for a variety of people. Like one thing I would say is that Mumbi doesn't have a type because it's been all varieties of people. And I think because we're not outwardly judgmental family, but yeah, I'd say like some of them have been questionable, where even from the start you're wondering like what is really going through our mind. There's been times where you're like, okay, Mumbi, have you really found this person on Twitter that you're really going to meet?
Do you remember? And I was actually really young.
In this other
but everyone knew about it. Like even our parents were aware and they didn't say anything. And bear in mind I was literally like 17, 18.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And then he cheated on me. I don't even know if I could say that because we weren't actually together.
I don't even know whether that was actually.
It wasn't a relationship, but like we were like speaking. We're actually really good friends.
I think that's the other thing about Mumbi is that she forgives quite easily. Whereas if it was me, I'd have just blocked the number. And
that's my issue. I give people like 70,000 chances.
I think if someone is in the past, then they're in the past.
I know. I'm learning now. Or am I? But yeah.
So I'd say in that sense, because Mumbi, goes for a variety of people. And I think maybe because some of them have been friends before, but others just been like random people.
I just go where the fun is, really. But now I'm like really, I feel like changed.
Why you always lying? Oh my god.
And I think I don't judge the decision you make because I was already in a relationship when I went to uni, and so I've never had that dating struggle. So I don't judge people who have to, go through the motions.
Well, you have to date, guys. You really have to date to see what you like. I'd say she just got lucky and found the person that she wants to spend the rest of her life with young, whereas some of us need to keep. Nope, not the one. Chuck it back in and try again and try and try and try until it's right for you. Keep trying, honestly. Don't ever feel like you have to stop and settle. Don't feel like you are in competition with anyone else or because you see your friends are like getting engaged, blah blah blah. So, travel, get a dog, do something. Just do not settle. Okay, we need to see your lips now. Link the products in the description if you are interested in copying. Feel about getting married this year. How do you feel about the fact that the pandemic has kind of messed up you guys' plans?
I feel like we were quite open to the fact that it would not be a normal wedding, that we might just have 10 people, 15 people, and I think because we never really wanted a very big wedding, it hasn't really. I haven't really been in my feelings about it, and I think because I'm also in the process of trying to transition into specialty training, I think my mind has been more like I need to make sure I get the next job rather than the wedding. So I think haven't been a bridezilla sort of person. I think that my main concern was my look. So I'm quite particular with my look, and I do like to have something different and not something that like. Not that it has to be exclusive, but I think I've got my own particular sense of style when it comes to special occasions, and so that's already underway and it's going to look great. It's going to be lovely, even if only 6 people see it on the day. It's okay, because I'll still love how I look and I'll have the pictures. And so I think we haven't really been like, oh my gosh, we can't have this and we can't have that. As long as we can still go ahead on the day, I think we're okay with it, to be honest.
My life be like, ooh, yeah.
I feel like we still look different.
I feel like we look different. Let me zoom out. Thumbnail.
I feel like we look similar, but no, I wouldn't say.
We look different.
Yeah,
like we've got different faces. Hers is more like that. Mine is like round. I mean, I guess we could ask our parents what we look like. This is what we look like. Okay. Okay. Because we did the same hair.
You do. You look like twins. You have the same height.
Just look the same.
The eyes. Yeah. The smile. The nose.
So we look alike.
Yeah, I think your faces look alike. Now,
Okay.
now that you have mentioned.
Now you're looking. So
no,
before you're not looking.
No, before I used to look at you like different individuals.
Now you've really looked. Okay. Okay, well, that has it.
I'm out of the stage. I finished that game.
Okay.
because